They're all nuts.
Here. What else do you want from me?
Why they face so sad, like the tragic mask of Melpomene. Your family is safe for now.
Just don't touch them. Don't hurt them.
That is up to you, but I know you behave because you know their fates if you don't.
Please, don't.
We will kill them. Your wife, your child, and then what would you have to live for?
Nothing.
Exactly.
Ah! Hints. That's right. If I would have probably tortured the dude, I probably would have gotten a clue. But we now know that there is a cult member who's here not because they want to be, but because they're forced to be. Can I talk to you?
We can't have two minds about this.
Yeah.
The cult must decide.
Don't want to deal with that just yet. One last thing over here, I think. There it is.
Letters to and from the cult. Gods, they have a foothold in every part of the Greek world. We're in more danger than I thought. Strange. I feel something. Towards the pyramid. It's covered in shards like alpinos.
I could have done this sooner, but eh.
Ah, you had the last piece. Now it is ready. Every time I see it, it calls to me and sings of power. Does it call to you like it calls to me?
It does. It's impressive.
Yes. Show your reverence. What we have now is everything. Ira has blessed me. My great warrior is leading our army to victory. Can you imagine the pride I feel? Our champion will destroy our enemies before they even think to kneel. Mark my words.
Elpinor is dead. One of you is a traitor. The artifact will expose them. You! Everyone will be tested. You first. Go.
Well, that spooked him. I'll explain a little bit more about that in a little bit, as well as if certain things were different. Because that's one of those, depending on actions, things change type of deal. Sort of.
You're alive.
I found them. They have an army. Not the Spartans or Thelians. An army just to themselves. I can't fight an army, Herodotus.
I see. It's worse than I thought.
There's more. They have a weapon.
What kind?
A soldier. Stronger and more ferocious than any I've ever seen. Herodotus... It's my brother.
We need to get to Athens.
Athens? We need to find my mother. My clothes. Spear.
Of course.
My spear! The cult of Cosmos called my brother Deimos. He used an artifact to see my memories.
Kassandra, the man I serve. We must tell him what's happened before it's too late. You've heard the name Pericles before.
Pericles is the king of the free people of Athens.
King? Athens has no king. Pericles serves the people, not the other way around.
Serves the people. You're right. He's not much of a king.
Save your doubts. He is working to end this war. We all are. If there are forces colluding against him, he must be warned. We have to go.
You weren't there, Herodotus. The cult controls everything. There's no stopping them.
Which is why you cannot turn away. They want to destroy all of the Greek world with this war.
I won't be some pawn in your scheme, Herodotus.
Don't do it for me then. Do it for your mother.
If there is one place where we can find information about your mother, it is in Athens.
How?
Pericles surrounds himself with the brightest minds in Athens. Which is to say, anywhere. In Athens, you can fulfill your duty to your family.
But before we can go, I need you to meet me at the Lion of Leonidas, at Thermopylae.
Leonidas? Why?
There's something I need to know. Something that may help us take down this cult and save your mother.
You've proven I can trust you, but let's make it quick, Herodotus. First, Thermopylae. Then we go to Athens.
Alright.
Make sure every single one of these cultists dies by my hands.
Nice. So we now have the Cult of Cosmos unlocked, the menu. So yeah, here's the list of what we have. So we know Deimos.
The cult is nothing without me. Even the gods cower in my wake. Kneel or die.
So obviously it's Alexios. If we had chosen him instead of Kassandra, Kassandra would be in Deimos' position. She'd still be called Kassandra, but yeah. The reason why he's called Deimos is because he was taken as a baby and raised by the cult. The story beats are the same, but the finer details are different if you play as Kassandra. I usually prefer playing Kassandra not just because of the fact that it's, you know, canonically true, but also because
Who needs democracy when
Alexios' voice actor does a much better job, in my opinion, than Kassandra's. I like Kassandra better as the hero, or the heroine.
Cosmos demands to know the secrets hiding in the hearts of men.
What's this?
So I simply cut them open.
What's one life worth without 1,000 others behind it?
This is the guy that died from the headbutt in the pyramid.
Slaves understand you better when you carve your rules into the backs of their heads.
Brutal. Let's go ahead and get this out of the way. So the cool thing is, most of these cultist members we can just go and kill.
Spent 20 years at sea, only to
Some of them we will find at sea, some we won't. Most of them, if not all of them, will have a legendary artifact tied to them.
The fight is only over when I am the last man.
So it's pretty easy to get done. Or pretty easy to just stock up on legendaries.
Chaos is our greatest strength.
Alright, so that's done. Let's just... forgot to do this. Hunt down the cult members. Alright, Thermopylae was... up over... here? Somewhere? Yeah, Thermopylae. So, that's kind of what would happen if we had, excuse me, chosen Alexios instead of Kassandra. Again, the reason why I think she's better as the Eagle Bearer instead of as the weapon of the cult is because she kind of plays it up in a weird way. Her voice, in my opinion, just does not fit the whole thing. So I'd recommend playing as Kassandra, not only because it's canonically what happened, but...
This is where that traitor snuck the Persian army past Sparta's defenses.
But yeah, just because. Now let's give a Kratos, by the way. The voice actor for Deimos, or Alexios, he hams it up in a good way, in my opinion. Like, you can tell he's chewing the scenery like something fierce when he talks. It's great. Talk to Herodotus and Thermopylae. Alright, so this set's gonna go a little bit longer than I usually do, a little over an hour, because we're so close. If I wanted to, I could stop it, but the next part would be just like half an hour, if even. God, there's an ability I'm going to be getting soon that makes things so much easier. I think it's like actually at level 15 I learn it. Kassandra. Ow. It makes exploring the Greek world so much easier. Keep going down. Malice. Owned by Spartans. Or overrun by Spartans. Good to know. In control of Sparta. Or... whatever. Can't think of the proper wordage for it. So yeah, this is where we were as Leonidas at the very beginning of the game. Okay. Sure. I think this actually was the battlefield, like right over there. And over here,
Pila,
yeah.
they say you can't walk this battlefield without getting blood on your toes. This is where Leonidas was laid to rest. I wish I had known him.
Hey.
If you close your eyes, you can hear them. Their final war cries, before every last one of those brave Spartans perished. Their voices were silenced that day, but their story will be sung for an eternity.
You didn't bring me here to talk about dead Spartans. What's on your mind, Herodotus?
The Battle of Thermopylae still echoes in our hearts, but to stand here is to feel it in your bones.
There's nothing here but ghosts. My concerns are with the living.
Hold out your spear.
My spear? What for?
I need to know something.
Herodotus!
I'm fine. I'm fine. The stories are true. That is the spear of Leonidas. The hero's blade.
Where were Sparta's allies?
The Spartans weren't alone in facing Xerxes and his hordes. Many from across the Greek world were armed and ready to fight alongside Leonidas and his 300. But when the mighty king looked into their eyes and saw fear, he sent them home.
That sounds like madness, not bravery.
It was foretold by the Pythia that Sparta would lose either its freedom or its king to the Persians. Leonidas made his choice.
What happened to Leonidas after the battle?
Xerxes was famous for honoring warriors who fought valiantly against the Persians. But Leonidas infuriated him so much, he cut off his head and impaled it on a pike. A bloody battle ensued, and his remains were reclaimed by the Spartans and buried here. Now, however,
He rests where he belongs.
In Sparta. What happened to the traitor, Ephialtes?
King Xerxes paid him well, but treachery breeds treachery. A contract was put on his head, and he died as he lived. A coward.
You knew this would happen.
I didn't know, but I did suspect. There is a place I'd convinced myself was a dream. Until now. A peculiar structure on the island of Andros. Mysterious shapes carved in stone. Like nothing I've ever seen.
You want to sail to Andros so you can show me shapes?
In my travels, I heard whispers of an ancient civilization. A people who came before. Your spear and that place are connected.
You mentioned a people that came before. Who were they?
They were not gods, but they lived far longer than any mortal, and were far more intelligent. I've seen carvings in caves, strange symbols that suggest it was this ancient civilization that created humankind, and provided them with fire.
But Zeus blamed Prometheus.
Yes. Well, perhaps his eagle has been feasting on the wrong liver.
The spear awakened to you, Herodotus. I trust you.
You understand. I will do everything in my power to help you find your mother. I promise. But first, we must sail to the island of Andros.
I'll meet you at my ship.
I love that random Spartan soldier in the background. He just walked by and then just ran past afterwards. It was great. So, that scene reminded me of two things. Two stories of Spartans in the past. Sparta was well known for not actually... I'll explain this in a second.
Welcome aboard the Adrestia, Herodotus. Will you be traveling with us?
I got the braziers, that's right.
Only for a short trip. I have business to attend to in Athens.
Herodotus is helping me find my mother.
First things first, let's find the island of Andros. Which was... here. There's also a cultist member there.
Seeking help from the gods has put Herodotus on your path, just like they put you on mine. They work in ways beyond our comprehension, and all we can do is follow their lead.
Yeah, sure.
Could be right. Herodotus and I share enemies too.
Like in Pinor.
He was part of a very powerful group called the Cult of Cosmos that controls the Greek world through the Oracle.
Control the Oracle? Impossible! Apollo would not allow that.
Now they're looking for my mother. I need to find her before they do.
And I believe they will hurt others who oppose their views along the way.
By Hermes! The Oracle lost to corruption, and now this cult? Do we know who leads them?
I don't know for sure, but I think it might be my brother.
Your brother? By Zeus, your life is complicated.
Tell me about it.
But don't you worry.
Love that.
This cult of Cosmos now has 3 new enemies, and one of them fights like Athena and shits thunder like Zeus. We'll bring the wrath of the gods down upon them.
Is he always this positive?
Always. That's why I like him.
That's fair.
Guide and carry us to Athens.
First, we need to go to Andros.
To Andros, then.
So, as I was saying,
We're going to have to
God
do
damn.
some upgrades to my ship if we're sailing into
What
war.
do you mean?
Well, she's old, and perhaps not in the best condition.
You couldn't have said this before we set sail? Where in Poseidon's name are we going to get the supplies?
My father taught me that the sea takes, and we must do the same. Fortunately, there are plenty of pirate ships in these waters that we can board and take
What
from.
are we waiting
Yep.
for? Let's hunt some pirates.
I love Kassandra. So as I was saying, there, the whole Leonidas thing, where he actually killed the dude with his spear as he was dying, reminds me of two stories of ancient Spartans.
Pick up that sounding.
One was a soldier, maybe Persian, maybe Athenian, a soldier essentially, asked I'll just keep talking. Asked a Spartan soldier one thing. He was asked why Spartans don't have borders, because Sparta was famous for not actually having a proper border. The reason he said Sparta does have a border, and the guy just looked at him and goes, "Okay, where's the border?" He pointed out his spear and said, "About 3 feet in front of me," referring to the end of his spear. So that's great. The other story, well, similar along those lines, involved a soldier making fun of the Spartans for having such short swords. They carried a gladius, I believe it was, which is a bit shorter than the standard sword they have. So he's like, why do you carry such a small sword? I mean, are you insinuating something? You know, small, yeah. The Spartan just basically looked at him and said, "To be closer to my enemy,"
How did you find it? My mother told me
which is great.
that the Spartan army brought it back from the Battle of Thermopylae.
Why bring it back to her?
Their leader was her father.
Incredible. And it gives you visions. Perhaps it's trying to guide you. Show you a path.
There's more. It helps me in battle.
What do you mean?
I can't really describe it. It's like I know what my opponent's next move will be just before it happens.
Fascinating. This is just extraordinary.
Is this Andros? Hold on. Pull up the map. This is okay. So I need to turn right.
Yes.
Turn.
Here you can see the tomb of the greatest Myrmidon, Achilles.
I was more excited by the fact that Andros exports some of the most expensive marble.
Is this the place with the rumored ancient civilization ruins you were talking about?
It is. Look for a large gate.
Duck. The Reapers or the Ferrymen have really good voice. Alright, before we go do this, let's go kill that cultist member. Since she's here. As a side note, you may every so often see that glowing question mark. That represents a mysterious or mythological point of interest. That's a bear. So that means that there's something interesting that is not normal here. Which is true. There actually are a few things that are interesting here. One of which we will be dealing with a lot later on. Alright, let's also do this. Since we're here. The Chimera. Mark. She'll give us the boots of Agamemnon. I can't pronounce that name. Agamemnon. I can say it in my head, but I can't say it when I say it out loud. It's so annoying. I'm not even going to attempt to say it anymore. I'm going to ignore that. There are a lot of boars on Andros. And bears, apparently. Fucking hell. Ignore. Leave me alone. Don't want to deal with that. There is a reason why I want to kill this cultist before we actually do anything. Like... that. I actually might go on a cultist killing spree pretty early on just because of what we're going to get. I usually do it pretty early on. Yoink. Agamemnon. God. I keep trying to say it. Alright, hide. Cultist members and, by the looks of it, prisoners. Was it? There it is. Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. Critical assassination. Oh shit, that ain't good. Hide, 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 hide. Okay. Not giving me time to steal shit. Weird. I'm gonna hunt them eventually. I'm really curious why they decided to run off like that. They left their charge! That's the cultist member! You fucking idiots! Alright, confirm the kill.
I'll root all of you out.
Easy enough. I just need to kill the two guards now. They abandoned her! Ah, AI. Hi. Hi. Let's go back and make sure that registers. Otherwise, I'll have to reload that later. There we go. I once ran away from a location because of this type of thing. I killed all the people and figured, I'll get the notification saying cleared later. Never did. And the game glitched for quite a while until I came back and the enemies respawned so I could properly finish it. It was so annoying. Alright, so... Whoop. So I got information on this dude for getting the clue, I think. From the Chimera. Plus extra information on the big guy here. Map. It'd be faster just fast travel back. So, fun little side note, every time you kill a cultist member, their mask actually appears here. You can actually see one right over there on the far right, one just to the bottom, and one over there for the 3 cultists that have died. Elpenor, the dude Deimos killed, and the Chimera we just killed. So you can actually keep track of how many of the members you've killed just by looking around. Which I love, it's a nice little feature. So those boots are actually pretty useful. I'll equip them later probably. I actually really like the armor set of Aggie. I'm not going to attempt to pronounce his name anymore. It actually looks really cool. And it's one of my favorite armor set designs. One of them. I have a lot of them. Oop, down we go. Ominous.
Here it is.
I need to be anonymous. I'm anonymous.
How do I get inside? I wonder if...
Temptation only hastens.
The grave, I know, Mater.
Your form is improving. Your resolve is strong, but you're not taking action.
I was going to.
I know, but it's the moments in between that decide everything. Your turn.
Leonida's spear.
You're old enough now. My father's spear holds a certain burden, but you're ready.
I felt something.
Huh?
The spear. It has magic.
Carries with it a long line of power. A bloodline of incredible heroes. The same blood within you and me and our family.
All of us?
Think of Leonidas. He had great courage. And he made a great sacrifice. You share in his blood and the strength he possessed. We are able to feel certain things happening around us. That is our family's gift. But not everyone understands that. Some recognize the power we bear and want it only for themselves. They will try to take it from us.
I won't let them.
I know. You're a warrior. If we keep moving forward, always moving forward, we're untouchable. Storm's coming in.
Then maybe we should move forward now.
Mater, I haven't forgotten you.
Nice little backstory about the spear.